Hello fellow leggers, you are joining us in London at the Harold Pinter Theatre.
And boy is this a hot ticket, because it's only got a stage screen A-lister in the cast. We're seeing Betrayal, the Harold Pinter play at the Harold Pinter Theatre.
So stick around to find out how many stars.
And whether it's break a leg
or leg it. So an A-lister back in the West End. Which A-lister is this we are seeing?
It's only Tom Hiddleston. Now, he has an Olivier award for his role in Cymbeline, which he won in 2007. Interestingly, he was nominated twice in the same category for that one.
Which is Best Newcomer?
Best Newcomer in a Play. I mean, wow, what an achievement. He has a Golden Globe for his part in the BBC TV series The Night Manager.
Which I loved, which is very good.
Never seen
Great
it.
cast.
But it's perhaps most widely known for his portrayal of Loki in the movies from the Marvel Universe, including the Avengers. I mean, you can't get more A-list. He's really big stuff. From small beginnings, he got his RADA trained. He had his sort of premiered on the stage. It's where he broke into this world. So it's nice to have him back here, isn't it? On London's
I was
West
going to say,
End.
I saw him in a Shakespeare at the Donmar Warehouse.
Coriolanus.
Coriolanus, thank you. I was trying to think what it was, and he was fantastic. He was really good in that. Again, that was a star cast as well.
Well, he's playing Jerry here. Now, this Pinter production marks the end of director Jamie Lloyd's residency, where he did the Pinter at the Pinter season for months now, and we caught absolutely none of those.
I'm really sorry, Jamie.
We didn't see a single
missed
one.
them all.
I'm so sorry, but maybe you did, and if you did, let us know down below what you saw during the Pinter at the Pinter season, because we'd love to hear about
what
that.
your thoughts are on this season. We'd love to know what you thought.
Unsurprisingly, this is another Pinter play, premiered in 1978 at the Littleton Theatre at the National here in London. It's the story of two couples as the partners enter a 7-year extramarital affair. The play is in reverse chronological order, starting 2 years after the relationship ends and goes backwards in time to their first romantic encounter. It was inspired by Pinter's own affair with BBC presenter Joan Bakewell.
So a bit autobiographical.
Yeah, sort of. And the original production won the Olivier for Best New Play. The original cast only had Penelope Wilton and Sir Michael Gambon in it.
Ooh.
And it was also adapted into a movie in 1983 starring Jeremy Irons.
I don't know it. Is that any good? Let us know down below.
But I'm really excited about this one because it's considered one of Pinter's sort of highlights within his whole repertoire. The production, it's those 4 words I quite like nowadays. 90 minutes, no interval.
Through.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it? I mean, what a brilliant 4 words. But yeah, so hopefully rip-roaring pace. Let's get in there. No interval breakdown because there's no interval.
So stick around to the end to hear our thoughts and also to find out how many stars. We've come to the end of Betrayal here at the Pinter.
I often sing the praises of Jamie Lloyd. He's generally quite compelling, but to be honest with you, I feel a bit betrayed by this production. I had high hopes for it, but I don't know if it's lived up to it. What?
And you're pulling that on Jamie's door?
Well,
I thought Jamie did quite good work with this.
Well,
it was classy, it was modern.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, you pick it, don't you? You pick the piece. As a director, you say, I'm going to do that piece because I think I could bring something to it.
So you're talking about the piece?
Yes.
No, okay, let's talk about the piece. What gripes do you have with the piece to feel betrayed by Betrayal?
Very interesting. I'm thinking about other sort of plays and pieces that have that thematic things of affairs, like The Truth.
And we've seen it done so many. I was thinking exactly the same.
And when it is sort of like edging your biting your nails, are they going to get caught? There's risk, and there is.
Those plays on time going backwards. I'm thinking Merrily We Roll Along, last 5 years. These are musicals, but even then, it's themes done.
Although
since
Merrily
then,
is based on a play, I believe.
In just a more engaging way.
Yes.
But that is just Pinter, right? He's known for his shorter clip text, the pauses, the longer pauses, the silence. It's more what's not said than what's said.
I suppose I'm being a little bit mean because
that's who he is.
Pinter is known to be so prescriptive in the writing that as a director, it's a massive challenge to take him on, because what's left for you to do? What Jamie does do is bring some stylised elements into
class,
this.
some modern contemporary aspects. The music I thought was very, that kind of thematic styling. I actually thought he did bring an element of class to it.
I mean, the music is Ben and Max Ringham. I mean, they've done Faustus, they've worked with him before. We've seen a lot of their work, and they're known to be... Are they up for an Olivier this year? I think they are.
Oh, comment below.
Comment below.
In case we've not checked it out before then.
Yeah, they did Ugly Lies the Bone. I mean, we've seen a lot of their stuff, and they're always good. So he's got a good team there. Go, Jamie.
So the team's good. So I guess we're talking about the piece. The piece of the piece. Pinter is stylised. It's known for being stylised, but I just found it at times to be a bit slow.
Yeah,
it's
boring. I mean, don't mince your words here.
Not entirely boring.
It is at times.
There were moments of interesting drama, and as the plot unfolded, as it's going back in times, there's stuff that we know that certain characters on stage don't know.
Yes.
But we're in with certain.
It's a bit of an
characters.
in-joke, isn't it? It's a bit of a sort of like, you're nodding to the audience, oh, we've mentioned this earlier because it's coming up now. Ooh.
In its not as
interesting as that. That was too interesting.
Much more subtle.
Yes.
So there's the interesting elements, and I guess you're trying to figure out, okay, so
when
is
did
that
this
relationship
happen?
Do they know? Yeah, so it's slowly unfolding and slowly unfolding.
I think it's the opposite of peeling an onion, this play. You're sort of putting the onion back together again, do you know what I mean? Like, you're at the core at the beginning, and then you're sort of adding another layer on. It feels like it shouldn't work, and by and large it doesn't work for me.
Okay.
But
so
that's not to say there weren't some things that I really enjoyed about it. So maybe we'll talk about, you've got to accentuate the positive.
So tell us, Leggers, about some of your positives. So what were some of the positives for you?
Yeah, have you ever seen another Pinter? I mean, we saw The Homecoming, and I thought that was more interesting. Another Jamie Lloyd production.
But that wasn't what we saw just.
That wasn't what we saw just, but he seemed to do a lot more with that. But let's talk about the cast. Let's move on to the cast.
Okay, so we start at the top.
Shall we start with Mr. Hiddleston himself?
What did you think?
I thought he was serviceable. He wasn't extraordinary for me. In fact, we'll move on to Charlie Cox later, who I found to be better, but he was okay.
No, I disagree here. I thought Tom was great. It's tricky because the character and the way Pinter works, he's not outgoing. It's very subtle and very almost naturalistic.
It's introverted as well, isn't it? It's looking within
and there
subtle.
was a lot going on here, and a lot going on here. In the moments where he found out certain things, I could see it all going on. I could see the eyes glassing over. I could see the whole face going on. I almost want this to be an NT Live or a broadcast.
So you can have those close-up moments.
Because he was there, and I put money on it that he's able to do that every single show, to find that place and get to that emotional place where the tears are streaming.
Which is a massive skill.
And that's what I got from this. He is a fantastic telly actor. I was 12 rows back and I could just about see that. So I thought he was beyond serviceable.
Good.
Personally.
I'm glad you enjoyed him so much.
But there was someone else you enjoyed?
I thought he was good, he wasn't great. Who was great for me was Charlie Cox, because of the fact that he's up against an audience full of Hiddleston fans, and he, for my money, has to work harder to win the audience over. I mean, the stage door queue alone speaks for itself. It goes down the road and round the corner, and I bet very few of them are here to see Charlie Cox. But they should be, because he gives a great performance. He gets a lot more of the text, to be honest, so he has to be slightly less subtle. But for me, he got to demonstrate real dips of emotion, real peaks and troughs of dizzying high, and a shame. He had a lot of shame about himself, and I just enjoyed his performance more so.
Okay, I thought he was good. I thought the whole cast was good. I thought he was okay. I don't feel quite comfortable saying that he should be raised better because he's up against Tom Hiddleston. I think that, they're both actors of equal standing when they are on the stage. And we shouldn't say, he's better because he's an A-lister.
I'm not saying he's better, but
I'm
asking the question: when you cast somebody like this in a play that is as poor as this play, then why are people coming to see it? That's what I'm asking.
That is something I did think. I almost did think it's a bit of a shame when people do come to the theatre and they're like, oh, a big name, I'll go and see that. And it isn't the best theatre. I was thinking, it's a real shame that this is the theatre, as more of a casual theatre goer, that this is what you might think us theatre people go to see.
We do see a
That's
lot.
not entirely enjoyable.
And we do see a lot of theatre,
gripping.
and we're able to be objective and sort of break it down and pull out a lot of the positives. I heard the word terrible mentioned more than once on the stairs on the way up. From casual theatre goers, it was a sort of slightly muted reaction apart from the real Hiddleston fans at the bows.
There was Hiddleston fans who small pockets here and there who stood at the bows.
Yeah, but that's what
which is more for his back catalogue.
Exactly, I'm asking the question.
I've got to be honest.
What are they standing for? He was good in this, but I'm not wetting my knickers about him.
Just because he isn't Patti LuPone.
I mean, he's not Patti LuPone, but who is?
If it was Patti LuPone, you would have been standing, even if it was a Pinter. I'm just saying. Anyway, but
she sings about Pinter and company, right? So there's a connection there.
There was also the female lead.
Zoe Ashton. Never seen her before, but she did do the Maids for Jamie Lloyd, which was very well received.
Over at the Trafalgar Studios.
She's
got such
She's
poise.
the linchpin of this piece, to be honest with you.
She's real class.
She's the reason for this happening, and she absolutely, I think, understands that I could really see in her performance that there was a stature, like you say, and a magnitude to what she was doing. And the power and control that she ultimately has over these men's emotions is a really sort of, it was delivered so well and so convincingly. I was impressed.
I thought she did a great
job. I'd
love
to see more of her.
It was that poise and that control. I think she's doing great anyway, but I think she's going to continue to go on to do some great stuff. This is a name we're going to see again and again in big shows.
I think so. I mean, she could nip off to... She's almost like the Sophie Okonedo standard, where she could nip off to Hollywood, be in a Bond, and be everyone's, be on everyone's lips, be on their lips.
You did just trigger something and remind me, actually. Talking about stature and poise, I did feel as if Tom Hiddleston had real poise and stature. In the early moments, he was just spent in the background, just standing there. And yet there's something about his figure that is so strong. He's almost a stick of a man.
Yeah, he is.
But he's so upright and just solid and strong.
I can see why he's played those Roman characters. He has that sort of emperor stance. He's tall yet commanding.
He's got that real commanding.
I really want to put him...
He's real,
He wears armour well. I can tell he wears...
You want to see him in a plate.
He wears a breastplate well. Like, I can just tell that.
Okay, any other elements of production?
Let's also mention the lighting, because with a very bare stage, there's a huge amount to be said for understated lighting, and I would want to pull that out if I can find it in here. John Clark for lighting design. Again, thought it was great. It works well with Jamie and
very
often
subtle.
with Jamie.
Very
subtle
set in terms of two revolves that move around, and then a back kind of like a painted marble piece that comes forwards and back. So minimal. We're talking about the bare minimum of set design. Just moving off the actors, and at times with the lighting as well, it looked quite classy. I imagine they'd get some great production photos from some of those moments, are really picturesque. Anyway,
I bet you're wondering what we think.
I guess you're probably wondering how many stars we are going to give Betrayal, playing here at the Pinter Theatre. For this piece, we are going to give 3 stars for this piece.
Just about for me. I'm afraid it was sort of on a 2, guys, but I mean,
some of the performances, some
of
those
the
moments,
performances and certain moments are enough to sort of compel you. Other moments really dip. I mean, there are little times where I'd have a 3-minute period of thinking, okay, this is great. I'm loving this dialogue. I'm loving this monologue. I'm loving hearing these words said by these actors. And it lifted it to a 5, but momentarily, guys, and then it dropped right down again.
Yeah, I was the same. There were moments where I was thinking, I wonder if I should get something to eat on the way back. Because that'd be like, there's stuff going on stage. Back on stage.
I mean, but
just the pace of it is slow. If Pinter is
It's
your thing,
then you'll love this, I'm sure. But apparently Pinter's not our thing. But now we
and it's
know.
not everybody's thing. It's a bit Marmitey, right?
Now, if you're 30 or under, or you're a key worker, maybe you're a nurse or a police officer, or you're on job seekers allowance, you're unfortunate to not have a job, you can still see this piece because they, every Monday, release tickets throughout the run and throughout that following week for £15 only.
Bargain.
So, I mean, you can come and see this, and we'd love for you to come and see it because maybe it's just us guys. Like, often it is.
Because this is
really
just what I think.
And it's just what I think. What do you think? Let us know down below. If you like us, hit subscribe because we're the Breaker Leggers.
And we'll catch you again soon.
Bye!